Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, JenksTCG. Today we're going to be taking a look at Victor Freitas' list from that Players Cup tournament. This is our fourth and final interview of the Players Cup champions, so to speak. Not all of them won, but they all got that travel award, which is the goal in mind. So with that being said, we're going to hop into his list, look at a few crucial cards, then hop right into the interview. If you guys enjoyed this series, please be sure to leave a like and comment down below, letting me know if you want to see more interviews in the future. So let's get right into the video. Here is Victor's list. This is this slow ADP deck that is super unique, I would say, to the other ADP builds that we've been seeing. This is definitely nowhere near what I played, and then some of the other players opting for that energy switch, having the option to turn one Altered Creation GX going second. But looking at this list, there is actually no way that you can turn one Altered Creation going second. This is definitely the more slower build. It's a little more teched out for certain matchups. It's really cool deck list. Most notably, 2 copies of Zamazenta V gonna auto win you that Eternatus matchup, and any other VMAXs that might be of trouble. Has the 2, as well as 2 Metal Goggles to prevent Zigzagoon pings and stuff like that. We also got a copy of Giant Bomb, which is definitely interesting, not something you see all the time. We got, Chaotic Swell, which a lot of ADP lists weren't playing. 4 copies of Tag Call. This is something that you really don't see anymore in ADP lists. It's definitely a throwback to old ADP lists that were built like this before everything kind of changed. Then we got 1 copy of Red's Challenge. You really don't see this card much at all. And Capture Energy, Guzma Hala engine, Tag Call engine. Yeah, very interesting list from Victor. He ended up getting 3rd place overall. So let's go ahead and figure out what some of his thought process was behind this list and how he did. Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel, JenksTCG. Today, I am joined here with Victor Freitas, and we're going to be talking about his semi-finalist placement in the Pokemon Players Cup that's been happening. We've interviewed the other 3 guests, and now we have our final guest here, Victor, to talk about his really cool slow ADP deck. How are you doing, Victor?
Hello, Will. How are you doing? I'm fine.
Good.
Thank you.
That's awesome. So jumping right into things, I just want to talk about you mainly, how long you've been playing the game, any accomplishments you have, and just feel free to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Victor Freitas. I started playing around 2014, and yeah, at the end of 2013, I started. It was like, I think when Flash Fire was out or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I played, I guess, at my accomplishment, I got top 8 at nationals in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And before that it was just like kind of small regionals, a different system, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got a couple original win and something, but it's like just 80 people max, so not really.
Mm-hmm.
I got a SPE win, special event win in Curitiba here in Brazil.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I made A2 awards. I played in last world, like I played the same deck as Harry and João.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't did so good like Harry, but was okay, I guess. And in fact, I qualified from day 1 actually, so I had to go through. I played Malamar, and it kind of worked out.
Yeah.
So also I got some top 32 and regionals in São Paulo, and top 16 at LAAC.
Mm-hmm.
I actually lost a winning match to the top 8 against Nicolas Galas.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's it. I got some other finishes, SPE finish, but not too worth it. Like
A lot of commendable accomplishments in the game, and very decorated player out of the Latin American region, and yeah, it's really cool. And with all that stuff said, getting into the qualification for this tournament. It was a little odd. It uses that PTCGO ticketing system and stuff. So what deck did you play through those qualification periods? What was it like playing in the qualification periods? And yeah, how'd it go?
Yeah, first the ticket system was kind of awkward, and there was a lot of controversial stuff. But at least here, in the end, most people who wanted to play it got to play it. The bar wasn't so high to regarding the tickets. So the championship points. I don't know. I don't remember the name, but something like it. And I think the most controversial regional was like North America. I think.
Yeah.
Maybe it was. I think it was. Yeah, kind of hard to get there, but I think most other regions were fine with that. In the end of the day. And I played Dragapult. It was similar to Todd's winning list. I changed like 4 cards, included 1/1 Mallow Lana. Yeah, I really liked the list, so I just thought I just gotta make it consistent, and it had a kind of a bad matchup against Pikachu Zekrom. It was not really bad, but it was not safe. But I thought unless they draw too well, I just can kind of find some path and win. So it was kind of okay. And the other matchup was pretty good. So I did well. I made, I forgot how many rounds were there, but I got like no losses. I mean, in no, yeah, some individual losses, but no round losses.
Yeah. And that's really interesting. Now that I've gotten you on here as well, so we now learned that you, Jack, Matthew, all three of you had 0 losses. And also myself, I had 0 losses too qualifying, and then Tord obviously had the Invitational. That's actually really cool that some of the top had 0 losses, and that's actually really interesting. And going into the Players Cup finals, you know, obviously we have this post-rotation format that no one's really worked with anymore. There's no content out there that's being produced about it. What were some of the things that you did to like prepare for it?
Yeah, so I began thinking about what would be the format. Like Eternatus was like granted, it was gonna be there, and most people would want to bring back ADP because it's pretty established, and Sentis Court was possibly good too. So I began with those 3, and then I noticed at least if you're playing ADP, you in the normal way you just lose to Eternatus. It was kind of not unwinnable, but most of the time you would lose. You maybe you get GX and you get knocked out, and your only option will be power up Zacian Ghost Effect. So it's kind of bad.
Yeah.
And I thought about Sandy Scorch. Sandy Scorch had it was kind of close matchup against Eternatus, but not good enough. So I at the end of the day, I just thought maybe like 50% of the tournament would be Eternatus because it was just too good. I tried to find counters to it, and I noticed the only gameplay option if you're playing like ADP was Zamazenta. You had to play a Zamazenta focused build to actually defeat Eternatus. So I went from there and thought about my friends helped me with thinking about the the approach, and we thought about Lucario Melmetal.
Mhm.
There was some point I had like one Lucario Melmetal and one ADP in my list, and it was working, but at the end of the day, I think I thought two Zamazenta with two goggles was enough.
Mhm.
I didn't really need the Look Metal because those were enough, and if I just played one ADP, it was kind of risky.
Mhm.
So I just went with two ADP. I tried to like a build with 3 or 4 Reds Challenge and Rose's Tower and Lucario Melmetal and a couple line of Bronzong to see what the matchup would be against Sandy Scorch, but it was just not reliable enough.
Yeah.
I think if you even with Red's Challenge, that's why I began playing it. I tried this build. It didn't work too well, but I also think Red's Challenge is a really good card.
Mhm.
So I went with one. I could play two Marnie, but I don't like Marnie that much. It doesn't give two options. The draw isn't too strong, so it's Marnie kind of a risky card.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're playing Bronzong, I think it has to be like the Matthew and Jack played, like 2/2 Bronzong and communication and completely focused on Lucario Melmetal and things like that. So in the end, I cut Lucario and just went with ADP. The matchup against Sandy Scorch was really bad, and I wasn't playing Energy Switch or Turbo Patch. I tried to focus on consistency. So the matchup against Sandy Scorch specifically was the real problem after all. So just I just added the bomb, the giant bomb as an option because normally you get the GX and you get knocked out. So if I play the bomb, since I already play Guzma Hala, I can play the bomb and get the damage, and after that I just need to build two Zacians and win the game. It's not easy, but it was an option, so it helped. It also helped against ADP, against the mirror match, because it's more easy in my build to set up an ADP without banning without banning Dedenne or Crobat. So I could attach, pass, attach Intrepid Sword, attach GX, and play the bomb. And if I was behind, if my opponent used the GX before, the bomb could turn the tables in that specific turn. So it was not only for Sandy Scorch. So it was kind of a good card. I like it. I actually misplayed once. I forgot to attach in the turn. It was kind of it was an option to win, but
yeah,
I think we get there in the rounds.
Yeah, and it's really cool. I know that I was taken surprised when I saw your list when I was looking at the live pairings. It was like very interesting, and it wasn't even until after the tournament that I had noticed you had no energy switch. So when I was playing the deck on stream last night, and I was kind of like, wow, like there's no, you can't GX on turn 2 or anything, and it was really cool to see this like old, like almost older version of ADP come back and be so strong. I think you touched on it perfectly. The Zazamentas and being able to play Guzma Hala, guarantee the goggles, stuff like that was a really smart way to play the deck. So you have this really cool, like, slower ADP build, at least compared to these other decks. Talk to us about some of your rounds and how they played out.
Yeah, the first round I faced Tamao. Was a Eternatus deck. Tamao only played a dangerous drill, which was the biggest problem, but still wasn't a big of a deal. I knew I could face some tool denial, but if I don't prize both Zamazentas was still fine. I had Mallow Lana, I had Cynthia Caitlin. I could start the game with Zacian and get Guzma Hala. Even if I don't find a Zamazenta, I could just Guzma Hala for my capture energy and get in the board. And Guzma Hala Tag Call just searches everything I needed.
Mm-hmm.
And the tool and the energies, and it was just a slow matchup. I just needed an energy and the turn, and then next turn another energy and some kind of supporter, and boss when when they get a threat in the board, like some big damage Hoopa or building a Crobat with capture energy, and then I can just boss and discard it. The matchup was pretty good,
Mm-hmm.
so I could win round one, and then I faced Tord, was playing the Italian list, right?
Yeah.
And I thought how to beat it. Like in like 5 minutes, we had to think about it.
Yeah.
Then I don't think I played perfectly in that round, but it was pretty nice. It was one of the best games I had in quite a while,
Mm-hmm.
because it was pretty back and forth, in the meaning that I had a Zamazenta, and he can't touch Zamazenta with Intellium VMAX, but he can with Lapras. But if I have goggles on Zamazenta, it kind of survives, and then it depended too much on bossing the right stuff and find the bosses.
Mm-hmm.
So it was pretty cool. I think that my biggest misplay there, not a specific misplay, but the gameplay wrong gameplay route, was benching Oranguru, because I was trying the GX, and bench Oranguru just means it can knock out ADP and ping damage on Oranguru and win the game from there.
Mm-hmm.
So it was my mistake was that. Still a pretty good round.
Yeah.
But in the end I lost. It was 2-1. Then I went to losers bracket. I was like, okay, I have to win 3 rounds now to get at least get the travel award. Then I face another Eternatus. It was against David Darrington.
Mm-hmm.
These Eternatus have had Sableye, which is I was kind of not expecting. I actually forgot Sableye was a thing.
Yeah.
So I saw it and was like, okay, I had to pay really attention to this. But in the end, when he attaches energy, I got the boss. So I get a hit on it. So I just needed to make sure Sableye wasn't taking like 2 hits on my Zamazentas.
Mm-hmm.
So avoiding that, it was pretty okay too. It worked pretty well. And so I will win the round, and next round I face another Eternatus. It was like perfect.
Wow.
It was like the Matthew facing the Sanis cards in a row. Like
Yeah.
Eternatus was basically a free matchup there. Not completely free, but like really good.
Mm-hmm.
So in this match, there was no Sableye, no I forgot Drew, no Drew. So it was pretty okay too.
Mm-hmm.
I got the win, but while before playing, I saw the other Brazilian hater who was playing he was playing ADP2, but with hammers.
Yeah.
So I thought if I face him, I think I just lose. I don't play Energy Switch. I built the deck already thinking that I can't beat ADP with hammers. I mean, if I face some kind of Eternatus hammers or something, it was still okay. But ADP mirror match with hammers was almost impossible. I don't play Energy Switch. I don't play those power cards like Energy Switch or Turbo Patch. So if I mean, if he goes first, attach energy, I go second, attach energy, and then goes to his turn and like hammer heads GX, I just lose. It's over basically. Yeah. So I was thinking about that. If I face him, I don't know what to do. And after I got the win I got against Eternatus, the line of Eternatus I faced, I actually faced him in the kind of the win and in into the travel award. So I was pretty sad.
Yeah.
And the game was actually going to occur in the next day, in Sunday. So I had to go to sleep already sad and thinking, what do I do? I played like 5 hours against myself, 2 accounts in TCGO, my deck and his deck, and was like losing almost every game.
Yeah.
But still, I was trying to make the perfect approach, the best one that I had. So I was thinking, if maybe I go full Zacian since the start, like no ADP, just try to knockout after knockout. But he had big charm also, so that approach was not too good. Since my Zacians cannot knock out his Zacians with no GX, so that was also pretty bad. But in the end, I just decided it was best. I tried to make the GX play. Hope I don't get hammered was the only option. But of course, I had the Zacian option depending on what he benched. So we went the first game. He started Duraludon, long Duraludon, and pass, and was like, oh my god, that's my chance. I have to. I had like a perfect hand to the slow game, a perfect hand to the GX. It was like, I can find ADP energy, I get the energy for the next turn. I don't need to bench anything like the Dedenne or something. It's a really good hand to make the GX play, but I can't do it. I have to try to take the knockout, the donk here. So I go for the donk, and I don't fight all the cards. I was like, oh my god, that was my chance. No, it's just over probably. And he goes for the second energy on Duraludon and like attack for 30, and that was it. I had another turn to hit the donk, and I got it, and I was like, okay, just another one. I had 2 chances now.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And second game, that was the game I started with a kind of bad hand. I had no ADP. I was going second. I had no ADP, and my only supporter was Red's Challenge. I had an energy in hand, so I go for Red's Challenge and for a Tag Call, get a ADP and Guzma Hala for the next turn. Attached to ADP, then I can just GX and Giant Bomb and hope for the best. And I had Oranguru too, so that could give me another card to find something in the next turns. I actually don't get hammered. And can't go for the GX. I go for the GX, and I was going to attach the bomb. It's like the only other card I had in hand, and I forgot the bomb, but just GX.
Yeah.
And that was my only chance.
Oh no.
I think I would lose anyway, but that was my only chance. I really was really angry. I noticed immediately I didn't touch the bomb.
Yeah.
So I lose the round, not the round. I lose that game, and we go for this third game, and I start Zacian, no ADP, no energy on ADP. I just can't. It was just lone Zacian and Intrepid. I failed Intrepid. It was absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
And of course I don't get donked, and he just goes for ADP energy and nothing more. And he starts with Zacian active. So I'm like, and I got Marnie, so it was my hand wasn't too good, and was even worse after the Marnie. But I was still like, I can. Okay, my only plan here. I went behind, so ADP is not an option anymore. I just have to KO this Zacian and get 2 hits on ADP, and like in the end KO another Zacian or the Dedenne or something. And that's my only option. And when going to my turn, I find the second. I find a couple of energies, discard, and got the KO on the Zacian, and was like, okay, there's a chance. He had an ADP active now, and he got another Zacian and the big Charmer Zacian. He attached the big Charmer and was okay. I just lose now because I had to kill this. I have to hit kill this ADP and then kill the Zacian. But if he gets only those 2 out, I just can't win. He just need another energy, and then he goes to his turn and he benched the Dedenne. So I think, okay, that's a chance. He benched the Dedenne and didn't find the boss on my Crobat. I had to. So that's my chance. If he found the boss, I was just over 2. So it was a lot of unlikely things going on there.
Yeah.
I just find the cards, attack the ADP. He goes. I don't remember exactly. I just hit the ADP and have to power up my last second Zacian and Gust effect, and it was all there. I could. It was a series of. It was kind of a really hard game because I had a lot of different options during the game. Like I can Red's Challenge now, or I can play Professor. I can Red's Challenge for a Switch because I only need Switch now. But I also have to power up, at least get another energy and another Zacian. So maybe I have to play the Professor. It was pretty difficult, and it worked pretty well. I was pretty happy about it because I'm talking a lot about this game because that was the game for me.
Yeah.
It was the most important game.
Absolutely.
Because it guaranteed the top 4. So I won the round, and then I faced Tord again, and this time I think I was a little more prepared. And I'm trying to remember the round. I remember more the first round because there was like really close.
Yeah.
The second game, things went like first 2 games was going really normal. Like okay, I get the GX, and I guess the attack and ping. The variables were the goggles. I had to think well to where to attach the goggles and things like that. So it was I think he had like some point in the game I GX, and I still don't think what's the best option for for him for the intelligent player there, because I GX and then he can go remove energy or just attack for 160 and hit in the bench, but he can also go for removing energy. There was a turn I GX attack with no energy on bench on Zamazenta on Zacian. So he goes for the 160 attack to set up damage on ADP, you know, because he gotta take prizes, right? But I think maybe it was worse. It was worse to me if he just removed my energy, because I can get the ultimate ray, and even if I mean it's not a really good position to already take 2 damage on ADP, but I still can ultimate ray and get energy on Zacian and Zamazenta. So I was really afraid of that. Of course, it depends on my hand. I can't know my hand, but I was really afraid of taking of him removing the energy that turn, and it didn't happen. So I could ultimate ray and power up on another attackers, and it kind of worked out. And in the third game, it was I think the games were similar to each other, but in the third game he played a Marnie's and in the end of the game and didn't draw out of it.
Yeah.
He just didn't draw well. So I could just attack and win the game. That was kind of unfortunate to him. So now I was pretty happy already, because I got the travel award, and we talked about it before the game. We were like, I'm pretty happy already. So we're just like playing for the glory of the tournament.
Yeah.
Maybe getting the first place. It was actually interesting because and his deck was pretty bad against the Australian players' deck, but mine had a pretty good chance against them. So I think maybe I win this tournament. I can, so it's pretty possible. So I play with Matthew Burrs in the losers finals to decide who goes in the grand finals, right? So first game start bad, no energy on ADP. I need the GX attack to win, because I can two shot the Lucario Metal and then just shot a Zacian, and I can attach goggles so they can't to shot me. They can one shot me. So I think it was a really close matchup. But first game I start bad, and I still had a pretty good shot at the game. Then I get disconnected.
Oh no.
My internet just crashes, and for like a minute, and I have to load the game again. And when I come back, I think I still don't get it pretty well. I think I lost like the rest of my turn and another turn. It was like something like that. So I was okay. This game is just over. It wasn't. The situation wasn't too good for me. I had a pretty good shot there, so I was sad about it. But that's okay. We went for the second game, and everything just worked normal, and I won the second game. Then at the third game I just start Crobat pass.
Oh no.
And going to his turn, he needs to power up a Zacian for the donk, and he still didn't find him. So I had another turn, and then I was like, I draw some bad card, random card, and pass again, and just lose.
Uh, definitely a devastating end to an amazing run, and that game against High Tour sounds crazy back and forth, and the preparation you did for it with the crushing hammers and stuff is just like insane. And it's so funny because your preparation for your travel award match is so opposite of what Tord had said yesterday, where he hit Senna Scorch and was just like, yep, I have no worries, whatever. But I, as an ADP player in the event too, when I played against High Tour, the crushing hammers were super scary for sure, and it was crazy. And I also had a donk opportunity on that Duraludon. He started that Duraludon twice, it sounds.
I saw that. It was like, oh, Duraludon again.
Yeah, so the poor Duraludon putting the fear of getting donked. And we both missed it, which is crazy too. You ended up getting it the next turn, but yeah, crazy games. A lot of really cool to see that your text for certain matchup, like the Eternatus matchup, paid off really well. It seemed like this tournament was kind of dominated by the people that teched for each other. You have the Australians deck that's like complete counter box to everything in the deck, or in the matchups, and then you have Tord's deck that's like a very off the wall counter deck, and then you have your deck that has all these outs to other decks while just being this powerhouse of a deck in ADPization. Yeah, overall a really, really cool tournament run, and congratulations on that travel award. And the disconnect is so sad, but oh well, it happens.
Yeah, I just wanted a chance. And maybe I will lose too, but it was a pretty fun matchup actually. So it was a missed opportunity to play nice games. The second game was pretty nice too. And shout out to Matthew Burrs there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty interesting.
So then, now that the event had concluded, you got your travel award, and then placing in that third place. How do you think the event was ran? So there was, like we mentioned at the start, there was a lot of controversy being in the Latin American region. Did you find anything to be any problems? Would you have preferred online tournaments ran a different way? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, that first there's a ticket system controversy, right? Of course, but I think they're fixing it right now. They're including the new items there in the TCGO.
Yeah.
So maybe it's in preparation for a second Players Cup or something. And in the end, for Latin America, it was just okay. Just play some tournaments. Like if you have like if since the announcement of that system, you just start playing like even if from a completely new account, which was my case. The account I was using wasn't tied to the ID, the pop ID I was playing. So I just let's just play a clean slate here from the TCGO accounts and play a new one and create and use the one I am exactly supposed to use. So I just went from 0 tickets and I won like 120 or something. And that was completely absolutely more than enough.
Yeah.
So that was so the ticket system wasn't exactly a problem here. I saw there wasn't a problem in Oceania too, and I think I think Europa wasn't too much too. So the problem was only in North America, right? So it was okay. Of course, it was not the best approach to do the qualifiers, but it was.
Yeah.
About the tournament itself, it was pretty well. It was ran pretty well, and I think my only problem with it was the double elimination system, because it works well in the finals, right? Because there's 16 people.
Yeah.
I was actually hyped about it to play a double elimination with 16 people, but play double elimination with more than 200 people was just kind of crazy. You just can't lose, right? At least early, you just can't lose. If you lose the first couple of rounds, you have to win like 10 rounds in a row. If you're in the regionals and you win 10 rounds in a row, you're almost winning the whole regional. So it was I think it was it's not the best to do double elimination there. Kind of not unfair because everyone has the same chances, but not the best possibility. But other than that, it was pretty okay. There was everything was timely and worked well, and they did a pretty good job on it.
And yeah, I'd have to agree with you. I think it was pretty well ran, and the double elimination, hopefully that's just a finals thing, but you know, overall for a first Players Cup, and all the other guests agree with you, I think it was a pretty well ran tournament, and I think we both can agree that we hope to see more, just continuing that online play for Pokemon. But that's gonna do it for our interview here today. I'm gonna give you the chance to shout out any people that helped you test, or any social medias that you'd like people to follow you. The floor is yours.
I guess follow me on Twitter. That's Victor Sandslash. Sandslash was just my favorite Pokemon, and I began using the name before, a long time before, and just continued using it, and then my friends created the Sandslash gang hashtag to spam on Twitter and Twitch. So that's kind of an inside joke. So explaining it now, if someone saw the Sandslashes going on around the internet in the last week. And shout outs to the Sandslash gang, my friends. I helped them play test some matchups, and I guess that's it. I don't stream, so I don't stream ads, so I can't tell people to watch my stream. Maybe in the future.
Yeah, so everyone go follow Victor on his Twitter. So that's going to conclude it. Once again, Victor, congratulations on that amazing run. I'm a big fan of the deck, and I thought it was really cool. But that's going to do it for us here. So for everyone watching at home, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the content of all 4 of the Players Cup finalists interviews. I hope that we get the opportunity to do more stuff with really great players like this with more online events. And yeah, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video tomorrow going over my Players Cup run. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you.